What's up for everybody? Good afternoon. This is Kev from Cincinnati, aka Talk the Earthbender, coming at you from the 513. What's going on this evening? So, I got a lot of new stuff for you guys today. So just sit back and enjoy the ride. Uh, I got, as you can see, new character playtest build. This build is not available to the public. It is only available to Kickstarter backers and select testers. So just keep that in mind. Their actual demo is still available. There's a build before this. If you guys are fans of beat 'em ups, definitely go check that out. So, but definitely going to, as I mentioned, got a lot to unpack. Got a lot to unpack today, and we're gonna dive into it. And as I mentioned, if you guys like beat 'em ups, Tanuki Crib Studios, this is one of the best beat 'em ups I've ever played. There's just so much that they have going for it. But yeah, if you want to check it out, check out their Twitter, Facebook. I'll have all the links and everything in the description. This video will be uploaded to YouTube later, and all the information will be in the description on that video. Keep that in mind. And before we go any further, I am not in any way, shape, or form associated with the developer. I don't work for them. They're not contracting me. Obviously, they get fan feedback. They take all fans' feedback, so they'll even take you guys's. So, and so my views do not reflect the developer, and also my views do not reflect my employer. As I mentioned, this is a mature stream, so I'll use profanity, and if you don't like it, just be warned. But with that being said, Tanuki Creative Studios, they put together something that's really good. This new character build, there's the two new main things about it. There is two new characters, obviously. That should be listed in the description as well. And then also, my wife, hang on guys, my wife is texting me about food. I apologize. Let her know I'm streaming, talking to you guys. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to keep my eye on the chat as well. I'm kind of bad at that sometimes, so I do apologize. But I can monitor you guys on my phone as well. Yeah, so I'll monitor it. I have two monitors going, so I'll be able to try to keep up with you guys. So if you chat, I will respond. But a lot to unpack here. Two new characters. I looked in the options. There's only really two new options, and I had to do this stream over because of the volume. Just trying to get the volume levels right. I believe the last demo they had put out, it didn't have the option for the volume in game. I believe this one does, so that helps with adjusting the volume. So I wish I would have known the volume level wasn't appropriate my last video. But going forward, it should be okay. You guys let me know in the chat if you ever have issues with hearing me. And I'll repeat that again later on if people decide to show up and comment. Just let me know if you can't hear me. I'll try to adjust things accordingly. But two new characters. Tag mode, they added that to this build. And I'm not going to go over tag mode in this video. As I mentioned, there is a lot to unpack in this game. It's got a lot of depth in it. And I want to first unravel all four characters before I go into tag mode, because I want to know what setups are best for tagging what character in. There's just a lot that goes into it. It's it's, if you play fighting games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I want to unwrap those characters first before I get into that. The Baby and Hero also got some new moves, so I will be going back over them as well, but I'll do them last since I've already done the video on them. But I'm gonna start off with Aros first, because I pretty much know how to play with Aros. I'm sure there's some people out there that that know more with him. I'm not an expert. I'm a big fan. I like playing a lot of games and a lot of fighting games, and this game plays like a lot like a fighting game. A mix of Street Fighter and Smash. That's how simple the inputs are, and that's good. Simple isn't a bad thing. So I don't know if that scare you off, but that's good because there's a lot of depth in there as well, especially with Jazz. And I'm only going to go over Aros today because I'm still unpacking Jazz. There's a lot to him. He's when I first saw him, I was like, he looks super interesting. I wonder how he is, and I knew I was going to like Aros already. My brother, he's a big fan of big dudes, and I'll talk about that later. But I was like, he looks interesting. And then I saw some videos, and I finally got on my hands. I was like, oh man, you can mash with him. Don't worry about that. You can, if you want to mash some buttons. He's really good for mashing, but he has a lot of nuance to him. He's high level. His move set is the way his move set works. The way it positions him, it allows for some interesting setups. So it's super interesting. Super interesting. So yeah, and so I'm still learning what to do with them. Like the thing is, and I'm not gonna go on about him. This episode will be about Aros. So, and so we'll get back to Jazz later. But he's high level, a lot to unpack. He may be one of my favorite characters. He might be my favorite character. He has a lot of nuance to him. I like that. So, but we gotta come on. Tanuki, we gotta fix his pipe, man. His stick is broke. He a master. He can't be rolling around with a broken pipe, man. We gotta make it like Donatello, make it long. And that's another thing I had mentioned before about character archetypes. Like I had mentioned him being like a witch doctor or something like that because of the gore. I had Diablo on the mind. I was playing Diablo 3 at the time. But no, what I meant is like fighter. That's the role I meant, like fighter. So, but archetypes, I would assume this is what the developer's going for: a samurai, ninja, monk, and warrior. That is what I'm assuming they're going for. If I'm wrong, Tanuki, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I think they were going for. So, but and another thing I noticed, a buddy had came over, and we were showing them this game, talking about it. Tanuki takes inspiration from. They are fans of a lot of fighting games. They love playing fighting games and beat 'em ups. They're huge super fans. So they take inspiration from everything. Inspiration, and don't confuse that with copy. You guys, they don't copy stuff, but they take inspiration. They're not copying assets. And everybody is inspired from something. So, and we'll get, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, check out Galford on Samurai Showdown. He has Galford's outfit on. Like it's Galford's outfit. It's super cool. Like it's super cool. But he doesn't play anything like Galford. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like they'll be inspired by something, but they make it their own. He's just wearing Galford's clothes. Like they can put any skin on his character, and he'll still be just as cool because his move set is his own. Like it's charming, and his new moves is awesome. And I still think in this version he doesn't even have all his moves. Like I seen another move. Like, he has his uppercut move. And Tanuki, you need to let me know this. Let me know. He has his uppercut, like when you push up X, but in the trailer I saw him do a different one where he spins, and I love, like, that's one thing about this beat 'em up that is really cool and sets itself apart from other ones. It's cool, like it's cool looking. I don't know, there's other beat 'em ups out there. I don't even know if you would you guys consider Dynasty Warriors as a beat 'em up? I mean, that's basically what you're doing. But the AI is like brick dumb in those games. Like only the bosses is dumb. Even the AI in this game, like the regular AI, it's still challenging. It poses a threat. They can kill you, but in Dynasty Warriors, like the fodder, they can't kill you. But only thing can kill you is the boss. But yeah, like this game, like they make it their own. Like it's cool, but like I want to know if that uppercut is in there. This game has really cool animations, and that animation is so cool. But yeah, so they take stuff and make it their own. They can put Strider's skin on him. He did the same. Almaru, Hey, Tanuki, let's give us some more skins, man. Let gang people listening. Come on, we gotta spread the love. Especially if you like beat 'em ups. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. If you like Here's the thing: my wife plays this game. She doesn't. She's not a hardcore gamer. She's just a gamer. But she doesn't play a lot. Like she plays phone games. She likes Second Life. She likes more casual games. She likes Mario Kart, Sonic Racing. But she'll play your occasional action game. But she loves beat 'em ups. That's the one action game she plays all the time. Beat 'em ups. She plays Streets of Rage with me all the time. So when you see the co-ops on here, it's usually me and my wife. My daughter loves it too. And my wife likes to mash, and my daughter, she likes to mash, but she knows a little bit more because my daughter's like more of a gamer. But my daughter likes it too. Like, anybody can pick up and play it. Anybody. Like even if you don't enjoy games, the concept of this game is real simple. Get in there, mash that X button, man. Mash that X button. Just mash it. You will have I'm telling you, mashing X, you will have a good time because it looks good, sounds good, feels good, and just. Let's get these guys out here. Let's get it so we can get them some more fun, so they can get more time to work on the game, so they can get some more awesome costumes. Let's support these guys. Let's go. Let's support them. But yeah, so I'm gonna get into Aros today. So let's get started. All right. So Aros. So first thing I want to talk about is inspiration. Because I had mentioned that when we was at the character select screen, and the reason why I set in the character select screen because the the select screen music or the menu screen music is kind of loud. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. But again, as I mentioned throughout the video, I will say, hey, are you hearing me okay? And let me know. So inspiration in Tanuki. These guys, as I mentioned, they take inspiration from different things. Doesn't mean copy. And as I mentioned, everybody takes, inspiration from something. So, for the most part, this character, and I talked to one of the developers, and I just had an exchange back and forth, just talking about different beat 'em ups and whatnot. Again, I'm not associated with them; they don't pay me for anything. Yes, I give them feedback. You guys can give them feedback too, but I'm not involved directly with their development process. So keep that in mind. So I've seen some behind the scenes, artwork. I'm not going to spoil anything because this is stuff I'm sure they don't want people seeing right now. But trust me, you guys are going to love it, and especially the people who love fighting games. Like you'll notice it right away. Like when I saw it, like my eyes, damn near tears almost came out my face. I was like, they get it. Like these guys get it. They understand it, and that's the thing. All you fighting game fans, you will notice this right away. But as I mentioned, it's going to be so cool, and it'll also tie together where some of the inspiration Aros came from. Like some of it, not all of it, just a little bit. They take hints and pieces. This game is an amalgam of different, different ideas, gaming cultures in general. Jazz, he gets his powers from a ancient god. It's an amalgam of different things. So, but you will find out, you guys will be pleased because where the inspiration comes for him is very obscure. Like you have to be really hardcore to know. And I was pleased that I picked it up right away. So and that let me know, that validated these guys get it. So and like I said, and another thing about inspiration, for instance, you probably see my other video. Aros' super is a homage to Tyrus Flare from Golden Axe. It is a direct homage. It's not a copy. It's a homage because when you see it, for the most part, it is her level 6 magic move. Her level 6 magic. The dragon comes in and breathes fire. So, and mechanically, it kind of works the same way too. You have to pick up magic to use it in here in the same way in Golden Axe. So they paid homage to it. They paid homage to that. And as I mentioned, they're not copying it because this gameplay is completely different than Golden Axe. This game is its own game. As I mentioned, I've never seen a beat 'em up play like this before. There's tons of games out there. There could be an indie one out there hiding somewhere, but I haven't seen it. And only the cream rises to the top. I do know that. So, yeah, I haven't. These guys make their game their own. So, as I mentioned, I haven't seen a beat 'em up with this kind of complexity and and this type of action. this vibrant style. So, and another thing I wanted to mention is the inspiration piece I was just talking about a moment ago. Yeah, here is what cool can happen out of that. You can have a newer generation of gamers see some of that old stuff that they've never seen before. For instance, Golden Axe. It's a very old game. Came out probably 1987, maybe. I don't know. 88. I can't remember. In the 80s. And really early beat 'em up. And that dragon magic, Tyrus Flare's level 6 magic, the dragon summon, that's cool. It's really cool. And people who've never seen that before, they're being exposed to that. And hopefully it gets people talking, and they hear about that and recognize it and see it and go back and play that game. And go back and see those old games and all those references they have in here. And they go seek that stuff out. Like there's a stage in this, there's a level that they're in an arcade, and they partnered with I think they're called Seba Studios. They're from South America, and they made the game Fighting Rage. And one of their characters there's a Fighting Rage arcade cabinet in the background, and one of the characters from Fighting Rage is playing it. So, and that somebody can end up seeing that somewhere, be like, hey, I noticed that. What is that? And you'll go seek it out, and that's cool. That's powerful, because that can get a whole new generation of gamers to see, see that old content and see where those ideas and stuff came from. And that's preservation right there. That's preserving, that's preserving games history, and I think that's really powerful. That's cool. So everybody for the most part takes inspiration from something, everybody does. I don't have an instance where I can just be like, something just came up. I mean, ideas do come up, but you're constantly influenced by different things all the time that are around you. Your dreams, everything. Your dreams are, a product of you being influenced by a lot of things. So, and inspiration doesn't mean copy. Take, for instance, the creators of Double Dragon and Renegade. I forget the Japanese name for it, but it was the first one of the first beat 'em ups. Not the first, but one of the first beat 'em ups. Because I believe like Kung Fu Warrior, Kung Fu. I believe that maybe one of those was like the first beat 'em up, but it wasn't like Renegade, because like Kung Fu was for the most part one hit and the enemy just died. But like Kung Fu, not Kung Fu, but Renegade, you did combos. You got punch, you did combos. And I forget the Japanese name for it, but the game was set in like high school, I believe. And I know River City Ransom span off of that, maybe the same creator. But he was inspired from that because he got into a lot of fights while he was in high school. So that was cool. That was like really cool, And Yuzo Koshiro, he's one of the video game industry's greatest composers. He did the soundtrack for Streets of Rage, and he was inspired. I know him and his family. I don't know how many of them, but I know his sister worked with him. But the company they worked for was Ancient, and when they were working with Streets of Rage, and at the time they worked for Sega, after work they would go out to like nightclubs and bars and drink and just have a good time and unwind after a long day's work, and they would be inspired by that music. He was inspired by it, and it drove him to create his own sound drivers to create soundtrack for Streets of Rage, for the sound drivers for the Genesis, so he can create the soundtrack for Streets of Rage. So inspiration comes from everywhere. David Jaffe, that's another guy. He is the creator of God of War, Twisted Metal, and great guy. A great guy. Like, use a lot of profanity, but man, fuck that guy. Like, you gotta say fuck when you mention it. But he is a great guy. And this comes back to one thing when we're talking about copying. Let's go back to that. Us as humans, for me, I don't find it like, say if somebody figures out an easy way to do something, we shouldn't try to do it different just for the sake of it doing different. We should only try to do it different if it's more efficient. Like, we should always lean towards and strive and drive towards efficiency, because we want to live as long as we can. That's just survival. So you see people like, well, I'm not going to do that because it's copying, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, no, you can take the idea. If something, and this is the David Jack, I remember him saying this on an interview. It was, I believe it was Game Trailers, I can't remember. But he said if somebody has a good idea, use it. You know, like, and that's why you have a team. You know, these developers, they work with a team. So you take the best idea that benefits the product, because you will see it in the product. So he would take ideas from different things, you know, Greek mythology, Devil May Cry, because they work, and then put it together and make it your own. You know, God of War, Devil May Cry, they're both action games, but they're mechanically, they couldn't be more different. So yeah, but inspiration comes from everywhere. You know, take those good ideas and use them. And that's what Tanuki's done, I believe. I believe that's what they did here. They took a bunch of different homage, paid respect to homages, because they love the genre, they love the industry, and they love what they're doing. They respect it, and was inspired by a bunch of different things, but, you know, put their own flavor to it. Make no mistake, as I mentioned, this is their game. I have not ever played a beat 'em up like this. I will beat that to death. I will beat that like a dead horse. Yeah, so and that's what they've done. They've taken, they're inspired. They set out to create a game. They took some ideas, added their own mechanics and flavors, improved on existing ideas that were outdated, and just went through great gaming history. And they made it their own while also innovating. Like tag mode to beat them up. And I know, like, certain, you know, you can say like Ninja Gaiden and those Musou games, they had it, but, you know, it's not a traditional beat 'em up in a sense. But I'm talking about one like this. This takes the idea that Marvel did. I believe was Marvel the first tag game? Well, not Marvel, but X-Men versus Street Fighter, was that the first tag? I don't know. Somebody let me know. There's a lot of fighting game fans out there. Somebody let me know. But yeah. They put that and they beat them up, and that is incredible. And you can tag through all 4 characters. Wait till I break it down. But Tanuki, I got a suggestion right here. Let's stop right here. Listen to me for a second, because I am going to send this to Tanuki, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube, as I mentioned. And again, guys in the chat, let me know if y'all can hear me okay. But Tanuki, hear me out. Tag mode. One thing I would recommend, and I will make a bunch of recommendations. I want to let people know I will make a bunch of recommendations. And these things may have been fixed in later builds. I do understand that. But for instance, tag mode, the way it's presented in the menu, let's just look at it real quick. I'll show you guys. Like, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it's a toggle tag mode. Like, some users may not see it. Yeah, you should, because it's big enough, but you may not see it. And it's all about presentation too. So if you hit L trigger, you can see where it says tag. So what I would recommend is having, so a user doesn't miss that, have it set to where when you select a mode, then a pop-up comes up right here and say, hey, what mode do you want to play? Single, you know, you want to play single or tag. And then after you do that, allow the number of players that can tag. And I noticed that if you have 3 players and that 4th player out can't be tagged, what I would suggest is consider allowing that if possible. This may be something that's fixed, but I don't know. But say if, like, I have Aros, for instance, my daughter has Jazz, and my wife has baby. Hero's just sitting on the sideline. Allow one of us to take control of him via tag. Because one player can scroll through 4. Now I know that's a programming nightmare. Trust me, I've programmed some fighting games before, so it's I know it's a nightmare. But if you guys can work that in there, you know, let me know. But as I mentioned, like, they're pushing the genre forward, man. They're doing really good things. They're pushing the genre forward. So definitely, you know, check these guys out. But yeah, it's all about presentation, all about what's the word I want to use? Accessibility. That's a big word out in the industry. You want it to be accessible, so make sure the user understands tag mode's there. So, but again, this is a work in progress. And that's the other thing. This game's not incomplete, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Let's break Aros down. So, as I mentioned, I was never a fan of big guys. Never a fan of them. Never. I messed around with them a bit in fighting games. They'll beat them up. Just, you know, because I'm a speedy guy. I like shit moving real fast. I like stuff going all over the place. That's what I do. I like quick, fast, nimble. Big guys aren't that. However, I've grown over the years of life. And my brother Shadon, bless him. He's not here with us. But man, I wish he was, because he would love this game. I hope he's watching us, man. I hope he's watching. God, come on. Let my brother, I know he did an oopsie. Let him at least check this stream out. It'll make my day. But he likes big guys. He likes big characters. His thing was always, I want to hit hard. Everybody knows my brother. That's what he likes doing in fighting games, beat him up. I want to just hit hard. Makes sense. Put out some damage. But like, he's like, it hits hard for him. It's like, boom. It's one big one and wait, boom. Like, and when we would tell him, like, okay, I understand you want to hit hard. I like hitting hard too. But why are you leaving damage on the table? Like, keep hitting hard. Do a combo. He didn't like doing combos. He was like hitting hard. Even we played Mortal Kombat, he would play with Cabal. He would just like throw projectile, jump back, boom, boom. He would never really like to really do combos, and he wouldn't block either. It was really odd. Like, he did not like blocking the game. So he got really good at fighting games because he would play a lot of times without blocking. So when he had to block he was very evasive, but he liked big dudes, so it was really odd. But he just wasn't a combo guy. But we have to beat him into submission and force him to use combos, and he would start using them. But in the day, he still liked hitting hard. Everybody knows. So, and I like hitting hard too. So this character, like, it brings it back to my brother, and I just start to like big guys in games. I started playing Fighting Raid. That was one of the first games I really liked. Big game. I was big guys in. Ricardo, he's the big guy in that game. And I don't like, I like his animations that he does have, but I'm disappointed he doesn't have a good jumping power driver type animation. It's just like a jumping power bomb slam. It doesn't look that impressive. And I understand that the artist worked hard on that. Like, he was one guy that created that whole game. And I like Ricardo too. I believe he is the best character the game does on damage. You can speed run him the best. But it's just, I like characters that look cool, and his design, it looks really cool. He looks mean. He's kind of, he's a big warthog looking character like this, big minotaur, and he pounds, but it's just his jumping pound should be cooler, and you will see his jumping pound is really cool. So, but I've grown to like big guys because damage, and then you can put together really good combos with big guys too. So let's go through Aros. Let's check out his command list. Let's dive into this. So he's pretty much like a lot of other characters. And also one thing, Tanuki, consider like, I know y'all probably won't change this. This is probably baked into it, but I know like button config can be really confusing, but Killer Instinct handles this really well. Like where you select, I want to reconfig, and then it'll ask you for each action, for each function, what button do you want to press. So it'll say on up, for instance, you push up, and then it'll automatically go down to down, and you push down, and left, right, and so forth. And then you just hit every button till it's done. Consider that. However, I understand you guys are long in the building process, probably something that can cause a programming nightmare if you change one line of code. I get it. But just something to consider. But let's go through his command list. He's pretty, has all the evasion and parry that other characters do, but he can grab, and then you push grab, he can suplex. It's a German, nice pounding German suplex. And then you can face punch him, and it is one of the funniest animations because he's so big and imposing. And let me get some water real quick. Painkiller is a spinning power driver. It is ridiculous. Wait till you see it. Like, he does a gainer into a spinning power driver. It is what I was just talking about. It is a cool, jumpy slam move. Then he has a super, as I mentioned. I'll show you. I can only show you guys that in the arcade mode or whatnot. And Tanuki, consider allowing us to turn on some training options. This may be in a later build, but so we can test combos that go into supers. I know Baby, her super is very, very, like if you want to work in the combos, you don't have a lot of time to really practice with it. This is how it works. So, consider allowing us to do supers and training mode. And I don't know if you guys just want to save that because those are really fun to use. You don't want people to get tired of them. I completely get burnt out using them. Completely get that. But, just something to consider. Or put him on timers. I don't know. But his attack chains are shorter than every other character's. But he has the delay, as I mentioned before. Look at the bottom when you attack. You hit an enemy, and then don't attack and you wait for a few milliseconds, few frames, you see your character like flash red with lightning. That lets you know, press it again, you'll get a different attack animation. And that's what the asterisks are for in between the X's. So I've explained that before, but he's unique into where he can hold a button at the end, and then that gives him like an additional 3 hits. So, and I'll show you guys that. And he has the body slam, the body dive. He has that, and then his special attacks. He has the high note charge. It's a shield charge that he charges forward. The rising boulder, and all these moves can cancel out of everything. That's what's great. You can cancel out all your normal throws and stuff. Yeah, you can cancel in a throw. This game has a really, and that's what I mean when I say it's inspired by Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear has what's called a freeform combo system, and this game has a combo system that's open like that, but it doesn't follow. It follows rules that are similar that Guilty Gear does, but this is like very open. It's like you can go normal to special, normal to special to super. You could probably even go into specials after it. Like, it's so open ended. That's why I like it. You can do anything. Boulder wave, grounded. It's like a shockwave move, kind of like. And this character puts me in the mind of Tux a little bit too, from Killer Instinct. Puts me in the mind of Tux because they're warriors or barbarians fighting. The Helm Splitter is like a lot like Tuscan. It's a good sword move for a lot of warriors. They jump up there and boom, hit the ground. And then he has a gun as a secondary. And I hope, I believe he has. I know he's incomplete because I think in the trailer I saw him do like this dashing punch move, and maybe it was he had a different weapon. So, and I hope they give you special moves with weapons. Like, consider letting him grab like enemies that you normally can grab with weapons, like those big red dudes. With different, like if he had a gauntlet or something like that. Maybe that's something they already got in there. I don't know, but consider that, and consider letting them do air grabs with that. Open this thing up, man. Make it a fighting game. Because it's good. It's good. So let's get into it. So I'll show you his moves. And let me show you the first thing you guys should know about him. All right, big guys. And this is one thing I never really liked about big guys. Like, you have a hard time getting in because they're slower. So that you have to balance that. You don't want big guys, fast and super strong. You have to balance. So getting in was always an issue because you can get poked out of it. You're trying to punch, you get poked because the startup animation, startup frames is, for instance, 30 frame startup or 17 frame startup. That's a lot of frames. So, and you can get poked out with like 4 frame, 5 frame jab. So that's always a big issue, and they remedy that a little bit in certain games with armor. Like, you see how when I hit and he doesn't move, that's called armor. And you take damage still, but it doesn't knock you out. You can still attack. It doesn't knock you out of your state. So you maintain your state. So, but if you're fighting against a player that's good enough, they'll know that. They'll know that they can just poke through your armor. They'll do a series. They'll pick a character that has good normals or whatnot that can tear through your armor. So getting in with big guys has always been kind of difficult. But Aros, man, this dude does not mess around. So just check out what happens. Look. You see that? You see it? Y'all see that? So when he lands, he causes a shockwave, and that lets him get in. It lets him get in. So you can just jump in and you can grab him out of there. You see it? You can grab him out of there. So it lets him get in. So that is really good. So, and also if you notice when he dashes, same thing happens. So you can dash, grab. Like, it's cool. Dash. Give me a Doritos. See, that's how he was looking at it. He wanted some Doritos. You think they eat? Chat, do y'all think he eats Doritos? Do y'all think we're all pigs? He eat things. They probably eat each other. So yeah, he'll eat this dude. That's how he's looking at it. He's like, man, you a snack. He's like, you a snack, man. You don't want it. But look, let me tell you, he can get in. And then I think even if you tech out, like you get hit and you hold A, like the way to tech in this game, if you're getting hit, just hold A, the jump button. You'll tech out. I think even when you tech out, he lands like that. Even after different special moves, like after SPD, he'll SPD, then he'll bounce a little bit in the air and land like he'll land, and then you can grab and do it again. So, and I'll show y'all that in a minute. So let's look at his normal. So, 1, 2, 3, standard. And then if you go 1, delay, you go 1, 2, and then wait. So watch 1, 2, then 1, 2, and then delay, you get 2 hits. And then if you go 1, 2 and hold, hold on, boom, 1, 2. Hold on. You go 1, 2, and then hold. You do that. So, and then you can do 1, and then 1, 2. Keep it in mind. And something else about his dash too, it makes him hard to get away from certain attacks. Like dash, you have a little bit issue when dash goes into his fury mode, getting around. But so you have to like rely on his parry and attacking loop, because what happens is dash summons when he's in fury mode, he summons all the other ninjas. So you have to also fight them off, messing up your parry. They interrupt you and mess up your timing parry. So you have to parry attack, kind of get in the loop. Because dash is invincible during it too, so you can get away from it. So, but yeah. So, but the downside for this, even though it gets in, but bosses it can be problematic because it's a mobility thing. So again, a balance. So back to the normal. So you can go punch, punch, delay, and hit again. And that'll just be 2. Then you can go punch, punch, and then 1, 2 there. I'm a 1 there, and that'll stun them too. So if you look, if you just go 1, 2, 3, it'll just stun. It won't knock. But say if you go 1, 2, and then delay, you'll knock them. Or if you can go 1, 2, let me show you. You go 1, 2. Hold on. Come on. You go 1, and then go 2, 3. It'll definitely knock them out. So different. If you delay it at on different button presses, you get different animations. So keep that in mind. So if you want to go quick, you just mash it through. But if you want to go quick with some damage, go 1, 2, and then wait for the last one and then hit it. 1, 2, and then just hit it once. Or you can go 1, 2, and then hold. Like 1, 2, and then hold. You'll knock them down versus just 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 with stuns, which is good. Or you go 1, 2. Hold on, I'm sorry. 1, 2, then hold. 1, 2, hold. No, it's 1, 2, delay, then go. That's what it is. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That'll knock them down. But if you go 1, 2, delay, 1, 2, and then you knock them like that. And then if you go 1, 2, then hold, you would just knock them down, I believe. So let's see, 1, 2, then yeah, 1, 2, hold, knock them down. So 1, 2, 3. That's good to stun them for throws. And 1, 2, then hold. I delayed it because the bad thing about this is when you're doing this, you can get interrupted, especially by big guys. So if you want a quick stun, you want to go 1, 2, then hold. But you got to make sure you hit stun. So 1, 2, then hold. And then it's quicker and you get a bounce. So that's his normal. And then here's his throws. So you can grab and punch, 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 and then he'll do a suplex. After how many punches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 punches, he'll do suplex. And then after that, you can suplex just by pushing throw again. And then if you can change sides as well. You can get side change. So if you want to get him over there in the corner. And then you can also, after you grab, push up and X, you do SPD. It's called painkiller. So, yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, even after he does his SPD, watch when he lands. He bounces and he lands. And if you're close enough to the enemy, that shockwave will hit him. And then you can grab him and do it again. See? So loop. You see? You can loop it, loop it, loop it. And loop it and loop it. However, that doesn't work on bosses, so don't worry. That only works for fodder, and you can get knocked out of it, so don't worry. There's plenty of enemies that'll check in, put you in your place, so don't worry about that. But that's cool that you can do that. So that's his that's his throws, and then you can combo it too. So you can do this into that. Okay. So you can grab 1, 2, 3, 4, suplex. That's a real simple combo. Or this is a real easy one. Look. 1, 2, 3, grab, and slam, and there you go. You got a ton of damage right there. And you can keep going after that too because you got the bounce. So, and then here's the special moves. Here's that, how do you say it? I can't pronounce it. I feel bad for butchering this. The Heimdall charge. So here's the Heimdall charge. It's good for wall bounces and just getting in, creating space. It's great for that. Let me get some water real quick, y'all. It's really good for getting in, creating space. Really good. See, look. He gets in, gets wall bounces. That's his other special move. But look, you can wall bounce. You can grab after that too if you let him. Yep, snatch him up, and you can you can do stuff after his. Yeah, that's his air X too. Is his body slam, body splash. So you can do that after his SPD too. See that? So yeah. Also, yeah. So that's a really good move. It's good for crowd control. Good for getting in, getting out of trouble too. Like you can parry. Like say for instance, there's a lot of enemies coming. You can parry and get out of the way. Watch, I'll show you go. Back out. You see. And you can parry. You can parry and go forward. You see. But I like the trouble. You see enemies coming, you get out the way because you can be fighting, see a danger, and get out the way. So that's quarter circle forward or down forward X or attack. So then you have down attack. It's called, what's that called? Called boulder weight. Yeah. So down X is boulder weight. And the menu doesn't tell you can charge it either. So if you hold attack and you do it, you'll charge it. So consider putting that in there and letting the player know. It may be updated too. As I mentioned, this is a really early build that's not available to the public, and I'm sure it's an older build. And then up X. This is Rising Bar. And it is good. It has ability frames, and you can just like eat up when you land, but you get the shockwave every time he lands. You get it. Good for getting in. And you can chain all that together too. You can chain all of it together. So for instance, look. Yeah, you can do this. Okay, I guess you can't cancel after that, but you can cancel after that though. But and then he has this too. What's it called? Just down X in the air. Yeah, Hellstorm, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's down X, down attack in the air. So you can cancel this into that. And you can cancel to body splash. And you can cancel body splash into Helm Splitter in certain instances. For instance, say you grab an SPD this guy. Body splash, then push Helm Splitter. So you can do stuff like that. So he's cool. So look, charge forward, uppercut. You can do a bunch of stuff with him. He's just really fun to use. And then he has his weapon, the gun on the gun. So he has. I'm sure he has other secondaries and all. But his gun is cool. You can use blast, so bust cat. Yeah, you just push it. Wrap it, and then like you can charge it. If you hold it, you'll charge up shotgun shell. And look, you can see the shell eject too. So cool. You see the shell casings coming out, and then you see the shotgun. I need a gun like that, man. So yeah, so you can do a lot of stuff with him. So yeah, I want to see something real quick. 3, 4. Okay, so you can't do that after that. And I noticed when I get over here, like, certain sounds don't sound as loud. It's probably a stereo thing. But yeah, so that's Aros, and I'm gonna take him through the arcade mode, and let him stretch his arms. And the story behind him is he doesn't like people who eat bacon. So the Emaki, this is the Emaki Dojo, the Emaki Ninja Clan. They capture these guys and make bacon. He ain't on it. I don't know if that's the story. I'm just pulling this shit out my ass, but I like to think that a big boar won't even be slamming people like that because they eat bacon. So if you got a thing for bacon and that's your vice, you better give that shit up around him. He's just better. I don't think I wouldn't eat that shit around him. I'm telling you, he looks like he don't want to hear none of that crunch. All right, so let's I think that's all we got right now. Yeah, that's all those moves. Yeah, he can shoot up in the air too, and I like getting this is flying skulls that you can get too. Hey, to allow us to like charge this and shoot it up too. I know that's another animation y'all got to draw, but look, hold on, let me see. All right, let me see. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, you can just point the red animation upward, y'all, and just have that animation go diagonal. That'd be cool, cause like I like to use it on the crowd of those skulls with flying enemies. Man, imagine just hold up and oh, it'd be great. Boom, it'd be good for combos too. So like for instance, let's see. Let me see. Boom, see, it'd be good for combos if I can do it up. You know, like let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I'm thinking too hard. So I want to put him in a position where upshot will work or up charge. Let's see. I want to give him the middle of the screen. Oops, wrong way. Alright. This probably work. See, there you go. See, look. And you can do it again. See, like that is so good. So yeah, upshot would make that really good. All right, so let's work him out. Let's stretch him out. I'm gonna take a break real quick, guys. Just go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Just give me a few moments. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's get started. Let's dig into this some more. All right. And another cool thing about this game, like you can continue. That's one change from the old demo. The old demo you can continue. I don't think you could. But what's cool is you can get the boss and just continue on him, and you can work your combos and practice on him and make combo videos. So that's really cool. All right, let's rock and roll, baby. Quest to save that bacon. All right, so let's talk about Battletoads, y'all. I got a bone to pick with Battletoads. Now, if anybody at Tanuki worked on Battletoads, if y'all like it, I'm sorry. If anybody likes Battletoads, I'm sorry. I do not like the new Battletoads. Not a big fan of it, and I'll tell you why. So, and I like Battletoads, but I was never a super fan of it. I know they made it just to combat the turtles. They wanted a competitor to that. And the Nintendo game was like dumb hard too. Like the guy at the time, he made that game hard on purpose because people at the time back then said that games were too easy. Games were super harder back then, and it was by design because a lot of times arcade games were made to take quarters. Even these type of beat 'em ups were made to take quarters. And they were just designed different. Like they had different design principles and philosophies back then. So games were just a little bit harder back then. That guy was a masochist, I guess, man. Battletoads NES is super hard, but it's still a fun game. But what I never really liked about Battletoads in general was like the combat felt a little sloppy. It just felt weird. It felt sloppy. But My favorite Battletoads game is the Battletoads Arcade. I really like that one because it's super violent. And I like Battletoads Double Dragon. That's my favorite Battletoads game. I didn't like Battle Maniacs on SNES. I might get it anyway because I got a super NT, but I don't know. But let me tell you what I don't like about the new Battletoads on Xbox. So the and that takes me back to the art style for this game. So I made a comment when I saw this. I found out about this game on Game Pass. So there's a topic. Somebody was like, check out this new beat 'em up Jitsu Squad, and I've been in a mood to play a lot of beat 'em ups because me and my brother, we played a lot of beat 'em ups together, and he passed away last year. So I've been thinking about it. He's been on my mind. So, and my wife likes to play a lot of beat 'em ups. So I bought a Super NT, bought a bunch of different Final Fight 2, 3, bunch of different beat 'em ups, Sonic Blast Man 2, and I've been buying just a bunch of beat 'em ups and playing. So, like I've been in that mood. So when I saw that on GameFAQs, I was like, let me check this out. So I saw the trailer, and like the trailer, what kind of hurts the trailer. It's a good trailer though, but if it was at 60 frames per second, it'd be more appealing. I think maybe they went for 30 because they're looking for a more cinematic experience. That's what a lot of people do because film is shot, I believe, at 24 frames per second. But it doesn't hurt the trailer, but it doesn't. It's not a true representation of the product. Like as far as like how much better it looks. The trailer is bananas and bonkers, but it sells you in the game because it sold me. It sold me on this game. Like it did its job. Like even though it's running at 30 frames per second, like and if you're not, I'm a frame rate whore. It's called a frame rate whore. So you guys probably wouldn't even care. And check their trailer out. Like I will have links in the description to this video. I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel, Sonic Team 2K1 all together. And yeah, check them out. But the trailer was just bananas, and like it's got a crazy song on it. It's like it straight came from the 80s. It sounded like it came from the 80s. And it's like after you watch it, your hair be blown back because it's so like outrageous. And after I watched it, I was like, man, these dudes spent all the money, all their budget on the trailer because the trailer looked so crazy. And I made that comment because like it put me in the mind of the new Battletoads. Like they share a similar art style. Now they're different. Like this game, I believe they're going for the comic book thick outlines. I believe they're going for that. That thick style. You see the black outlines, and I believe Battletoads is edge to edge. I don't know, but they're similar. But they're different. But man, what I don't like about Battletoads, it is not. The combat is not fun. Like the hit stun is bad. The sound effects is bad. Collision detection and hitboxes are wrong and off. Like it feels wrong, and it doesn't feel fun to play. And I know that game has a lot of other stuff in it too. It's like it's not focused on platform. I mean, it's not. It has platforming and stuff in it, which some of the old Battletoads games did have some side levels. So I get that. But it seemed like it focused on too much of being different types of games than being a focused beat 'em up. I think that's the problem with Battletoads. But it's not fun to play. I played it. I'm glad it was on Game Pass, man. Because I played it on there. And that's the thing about Game Pass. Like, I hope they can get this game on Game Pass, man. Because don't look at it as a bad thing. Putting it on Game Pass, like, it gives it exposure. If you guys can work out some kind of deal with Microsoft and get it on Game Pass, I mean, I don't run finances or anything like that, so I don't know how it works. But I do know when the shit shows up on Game Pass, like, people, like, will play it because it's there. They're like, hey, what do I got to lose? But yeah, but I did not like, and I was happy that Battletoads was on there because I felt like I didn't waste my money. And the crazy thing is, I'm going to go back and play it just because going into it, if you guys go into that game as a beat 'em up, expecting a beat 'em up, you might be a little disappointed. Just expect a game. That's all I can say. Expect a game. And that's just my opinion. All right, so enough ranting about Battletoads, and all this stuff will be time-stamped on YouTube, so don't worry. You can just skip to the action if y'all want to. I'm sorry I'm making you guys listen now, but y'all want to see the smashing, so let's get the smashing. That Battletoads, it was a thorn in my side. I'm telling you, it was. Oh yeah, that damn game gives you a headache. Let's go. Pick up my gun. Got my gun. All right. right, let's do it, y'all. Is y'all ready? Y'all ready? Come on. Y'all ready? Y'all want it? Oh, man, look how good he is. He goes under that. Come here. And another thing about his painkiller, I forgot to mention while I was in training. Look, you can control the direction of it. Like you can't move it everywhere, but like you can control the general direction once you start it up. Like it's neat. It's really cool. Yeah. This character, he's awesome, man. He's he's awesome. I really like him. And like also you can grab like multiple enemies at the same time, man. So like you can grab like, and I'll do it at one point. You don't want to get like surrounded by these. You get in the middle, they'll do that, and they'll frame like stun like you. And it's okay, I wish we can grab them too. It's okay. They're not meant to grab. Probably good for that. Ooh, gone fishing, baby. Ooh, look at that. Come on, let's get it. And I believe Jazz can throw like the frog. His throw, he can throw enemies into him. You probably throw enemies, he probably can catch them. So I'm gonna have to practice that. There we go. I love that. That's my favorite combo with him. It's basically B&B. Yeah. I got it. He gets in, but he just gets the work done. Yeah. See, look, get away. Where do you think he's going? He just. Man, y'all see that? Y'all see that? He's so much fun to use. Oh, you can do this so you can dash and do his helm splitter because that puts him in a jump state. Oh, I love it, man. That's so good. So good. Let's go. Come on, y'all want it. Wall bounce to it. See, that can get you out of the way. See? And I like that you can like roll in this game. And it really helps because when he lands, there we go, wall bounce. Cut through them, grab. Watch this. Look at that. When you grab them, they look crazy. I like how they look and grab. Ooh, look at they boxing. Let's see if they're. And then, like this game, as I mentioned before, it's filled with references. It's filled. If you play a lot of different fighting games, beat 'em ups, there's tons of references. Tons. I'm gonna see if I notice one in the background. There we go. Make some space for yourself. So you get out of the way. And you can change direction after the bounce too. That's another thing that's cool. See, look, you can change direction. See, I can go this way and turn and him split if there's enemies behind me. Like he just covers a lot of stuff, man. This covers a lot. Let's get rid of Benny right now. We don't really need it. Come on. See, that's weird when I get. Oh, okay, because I don't have both headphones on. I was wondering why I can barely hear when I'm on this side of the screen because I have my headphones on, like only on one ear. Oh shoot, get out of here. So I can hear how loud I am because I'm using an Xbox, their new wireless headphones, and mic monitor ain't that great, so I can't really hear myself, and I don't want to be screaming too loud. Look at that bear in the background. Let's see. Let's ride out. Let's ride out. Woo! Okay, multi-hits. That's what it does. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. Oh yeah, come on. Look at that. You can't stop that. Uh-oh, he got me. Oh, he got me. See that? And then there's another, there was something that I noticed earlier, like if you freeze, I was gonna show you, freezing, it looks like the game slows down. And I thought that was a bug, but see, he has armor. See, I thought the game was like bugging out, but it's not. It looks okay. Like, it's the recovery that's the problem. It's not when he's frozen. All right, Tanuki, that's what it is. The recovery looks weird when he's frozen. So check it out, y'all. Look, watch, look. Watch. When he recovers, it looks like the game slows down. See? That's the part that looks weird. So if you guys take a look at that, I don't know if that's intended, but just take a look at that. All right, I'm losing too much life on that. I got time for it. All right. Got my orbs. Right, come on. Oh, we got my Wolverines. Oh, no, I'm not messing with these dudes. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's get this started. I was gonna kill her, y'all. Watch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's Gene Simmons from Kiss, man. They used to call me that when I played football in high school, because I used to have my face painted like black and white. It was really cool. Then my senior year, I did it in different colors. All right. All right. But I wonder if there's any other references in here. But the gun is good taking them out too. That's why I wish I had a good air shot. Boom. Let's see. One uppercut, uppercut, I love doing that. He's like fucking shit up, boy. We got a big mess here. We ain't having this. Get out of there. Oh. Get out of there. Because they'll ruin your day. You want to get them out of the way now. There you go. Woo! I love that wall bounce to the throat. Y'all see why he's a lot of fun? Like, he is crazy. He's crazy. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. See, look, I'm gonna try to ground buff him once. See, look, you can ground buff. See, look, let him power up, pair up. There we go. I followed her ways. Let's see, hit. Alright, see, oh man. It'd be sweet if you can air gun too. Okay, go back here. Smash down. 1, 2, stun now. Let's get them out of here. What y'all doing? Let's go. Da, 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 da. That is so cool looking. Alright. Let's go. I'm gonna save my next super for the boss. Like a boss. Ooh, he can, man, he can even break through their shield. Oh, that's, man, he's, oh shoot, nice. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. I saw you, man. I saw you trying to work it. I saw you trying to work it. Uh-oh. I saw you. I saw you. No. I gotta get out of the way. See, this is where I gotta get out the way. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. This means Benny. Come on, grab Benny. There we go. That's why I'm doing big red and now. Come on. Oh, come on. I parried that. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. I lost so much life on that. I'll be alright. Come on, let's go. If I have that much left on dash, I'll be okay. I ain't killing without dash. Alright, we'll see that. We see how it goes. We see how it goes, gang. I need to start using this more. I keep forgetting. That can crit control. That's good crowd control. Oh, I forgot they heal. Oh shoot. I get out of here and cover it. You want to definitely get out the way. 1, 2, 3, grab. Dash through. Dash through, uppercut. More. Ooh, look at that. We traded. Uh-oh, big boys, get rid of them. Let's go on one side. Oh, come on. I'm gonna get out the way. Alright, let's time it. Come on. I parried that time. Come on, no. Bounce back. Oh, see, look at that. Takes so much life. Alright, see, that's one thing about him, man. You gotta. Oh, I got it. There we go. There. Oh, shoot. No. There we go. There we go. I have no life. I should have did the gun in the beginning. Oh, this is going to be real bad. I'm not going to survive. I'm going to get killed by Dash at least once. I'm going to try to beat it without dying. Last time I can practice, I'll just save it here. Open up on it. I ain't got time for this. Come on. Come here. Let's see if this does as much damage as possible. Alright, so that's the trick. Do as much damage as possible to get to this mode. Oh! This sucks. Y'all should put a meter for when dash is gonna expire. So we're not stressing out. Come here, man. You almost know. I got you, man. There we go, huh? See, but yeah, I can probably shoot. I can probably kill him without dying. Come on, y'all. Y'all think I got it? Y'all think I got it? Y'all think I got it? Oh, okay. Just move around. Move. Oh, you can just move around. He's dead. What? He's dead. He's dead. Look. So I figured it out. You just move. All right. I made that way more difficult than it needed to be before. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I will have this uploaded on Twitch. I mean, not Twitch, but on YouTube, and I'll include timestamps so you guys can skip around and I'm gonna put the Jazz one up, but I need to dig into him and do a more deep dive. So I need to dig into him some more unpacking because he has a lot of nuance to him, and he can. The problem I'm having with him is like I don't know when to stop combos because he just keeps going. But he's good for one-on-one. He's not really great for crowd control because you have to balance him because he does a lot of he's a lot of speed. He's probably the fastest character in the game. But he has two good moves that are great for crowd control. And I'll go over it with you guys. But he's really complex, and I like him. So, but yeah, again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Tell your friends about this. Wishlist it on Steam. I know they want to get it on as many platforms as possible. And when you're working on something, you want as many people to see it. So tell people about it. Tell people download the demo. The demo doesn't have these two characters in it. As I mentioned earlier, those two characters are only for this preview build for select people. But the demo they do have up on their site, it is fantastic. And it's not complete, and it's just really good. But tell everybody, wishlist it, get the word out, man. This game is really good. So, but again, I may end up doing Jazz. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, but because I'm still working on him. Maybe next weekend. We'll see how it goes. But again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And you enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Saturday. Be safe out there, and you take care. Goodbye.